What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to the channel where we're diving headfirst into the biggest MMA news making shockwaves right now. We've got crazy weight cut drama from Noche UFC, a boxing superstar completely shutting down a potential super fight, and a former double champ tapping out of a political run. Strap in because things are heating up. And we're starting with one of the most talked about moments from Noche UFC. First up, Cedric Dumas is firing back at fans claiming he faked his injury at Noche UFC. Dude had to pull out of his fight against Cody Brundage due to kidney issues during his weight cut. He missed the ceremonial weigh-ins and was hospitalized. Now he's clapping back, saying he still hasn't been able to pee properly and that the situation was very serious. And speaking of Noche UFC weight nightmares, Kelvin Gastelum missed weight by a whopping 4.5 pounds for his co-main event. This forced a catchweight bout against Rob Font. DC, Daniel Cormier, felt his post-fight interview with Gastelum was unfair, admitting he went hard on Kelvin for the catastrophic miss. Gastelum looked absolutely drained on the scale. DC wasn't the only one upset. Robert Whittaker straight up scolded Gastelum for the miss. The Reaper emphasized the professionalism required to make weight. Whittaker called it unprofessional and a bad look, especially for a co-main event spot. It really puts a cloud over an otherwise fantastic Noche UFC card. Moving on to featherweight drama, Aljamain Sterling is throwing out challenges after Noche UFC, calling for a title eliminator against the surging Diego Lopez. The Funk Master sees Lopes as a legitimate threat and believes this fight would make sense for the next shot at the title. That's a banger! But hold up, Lerone Murphy is not happy about Sterling's call-out. He went off, calling the idea of Sterling versus Lopes as an eliminator absolute madness. Murphy believes he's the one who deserves the shot, given his undefeated record and consistent wins. The featherweight division is absolutely heating up. Now, for some crossover boxing, MMA heat. Boxing phenom Terrence Crawford absolutely shut down talks of a fight with UFC superstar Ilia Topuria. Crawford stated flat out, "Don't compare him to Conor McGregor," suggesting Topuria isn't on that level for a crossover payday. Ouch, that's a cold jab from Bud. But guess who does want a piece of Crawford? Stockton's own Nate Diaz. He's called for a massive crossover boxing fight against Bud. Diaz is never one to back down, and a fight between these two legends would be absolutely insane. Imagine the press conferences alone. What's up with MVP? Michael Page says he's struggling to find opponents in the UFC, even after calling out a top welterweight prospect. He's heard cricket's back, which is baffling given his exciting style and star power. Who's ducking MVP in the UFC welterweight division? And in non-fighting news, but still 100% McGregor, the Notorious One has officially tapped out of his Irish presidential bid. After months of speculation, and even seeming serious for a while, Conor cited various barriers to entry. Looks like the octagon, or maybe a boxing ring, is still his main stage. Back to Noche UFC winners, Tatiana Suarez gave an honest assessment of her dominant victory, saying she felt good but acknowledged areas for improvement. She also declared she wants to fight opponents other girls won't, which is a bold statement from a top contender. Alexander Hernandez, another Noche UFC winner, is feeling great after his TKO, even with a neck ailment. He's now openly talking about a sexy fight with Michael Chandler. And we saw a new face rise. Tough 33 winner Daniil Danchenko debuted at Noche UFC, scoring a knockout and saying he felt like a fish in the water in the octagon. Finally, Gene Silva got honest about his tough KO loss at Noche UFC, reflecting on the experience and promising to come back stronger. That's the fighter spirit we love to see. Whew, what a wild ride through the world of MMA news. From insane weight cut issues to massive crossover snubs and political drama, the fight game never sleeps. Who do you think deserves the next featherweight title shot? Should Crawford really dismiss Topuria like that? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more daily MMA news, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single knockout. Stay tuned for our next update, and as always, keep those hands up and chins down. See you next time, champs!